I want to get into this Kyrie Irving situation. And I have attacked Kyrie Irving for some of the stupid things we've heard over the last couple of years that's come out of his mouth. I love the movie Uncle Drew. I've been waiting for Uncle Drew 2. I think the guy is a sensational basketball player that can shoot, get to the hole at will. One of the best ball handlers I've ever seen since Allen Iverson. No question. But this man, week in, week out, when he played for the Celtics, when he played for the Cavaliers, this man has really made himself look like a fool in the NBA. A matter of fact, they use the saying, oh, just do the Irving, or just do Kyrie, or just be Kyrie. So Kyrie Irving is not seen as a smart NBA player or a respectable NBA player on and off the court. But this week, he spoke on Instagram. He didn't go to the press. He didn't speak to the press. He didn't speak to the net fans. He wanted everybody to hear his thoughts on who he is, what he is, and why he has decided not to play this season if he's going to be forced to get the vaccination.
I've actually been that dude, speaking constantly, trying to, put my ideas on people and trying to wake them up and trying to force thoughts on them. And that wasn't the right way to go. That wasn't the right delivery. I could have my beliefs, but that doesn't mean I have to have everybody believe what I think, that I have to convince everybody this is the right choice. That's not the way to go. Like, I've said some of the dumbest things in my life. Like, I've made so many mistakes before, and I have to be okay with making those mistakes in the public eye, and that's not always a comfortable position, but it is what it is, and I'm responsible for that influence, and I'm responsible for my life as a mature individual, but I'm not going to continue to dance around, these issues like it's not going on in our world either. But I'm damn sure not going to judge you if you have a different opinion to me. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to download it. I'm going to let you speak. I'm going to listen intentfully, and I'm going to do it in a way where we can both come out of it with an understanding.
So you heard Kyrie Irving come out. When was the first time you've ever heard Kyrie Irving come out and really take shots at what he has said in the NBA? He claimed a couple of years ago that the earth was flat, and he has said some things on and off the court that makes you shake your head. There are so many things that Kyrie Irving has said over the years that makes you shake your head. But all in all, I have picked on this guy. We've heard Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, Craig Carton, Evan Roberts, Joe Beningo over the years make fun of Kyrie Irving and some of the stupid things he has said, not only to the press, but to the newspapers, to the magazines that he's been in, and really who he is as a person. He is a sensational basketball player that is a very outspoken athlete. But him throwing himself under the bus and pretty much telling you that he has made his mistakes. He has said some stupid things, and he regrets some of the things that he has said. And he has taken all the attacks from the press and attacks from the fans from what he has said in the past. He's taken it and he's been a man about it. And to me, when you listen to Kyrie Irving and the way he speaks and the way he really came out and shedded his heart in this interview, it shows you how good of a man he really is off the court. This is a man that is not afraid to speak up for himself. This is a man that is really for the fan. He speaks in this interview that he is behind all the people that don't want to get vaccinated, but he's also behind the people that are vaccinated. He is not going to attack anybody that has decided what him or what she wants to do to their body. It shows you that this man has a lot of respect, not only for himself, but what's going on in the world. He also gives shouts out to doctors and nurses and CNAs and people that are on the front line trying to figure out this disease and how to stop this virus before it spreads and kills more people. Everything that he said in this interview gives me an understanding of who he is and makes me want to respect him more. Stephen A. Smith, I don't care if you're listening, and if you are listening, good, because I want you to hear what I have to say. It's not always about you, and it's not always about Kyrie, and Kyrie even spoke that this is not about him. But for you to attack somebody that you quote unquote know and said that you respect and say that this guy doesn't know anything, this guy, if he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, he shouldn't be in the NBA. Why don't you shut up? You never played professional basketball. You've written for the 76ers. You're a Knicks fan who doesn't know anything. You think you know boxing, you think you know baseball, you think you know football. You attack the Cowboys. You got nothing to say about the Cowboys right now. The Cowboys are 4-1 and knocked off your Giants like they were a piece of waste that they threw out, a banana peel. You had nothing to say about that, but you had everything to say about the Cowboys last year when they lost Dak Prescott and they were a terrible team. This man should be respected by the players. This man should be respected by the GMs. This man should be respected by all the owners because he spoke out. He is not going to give in, and he's going to do the right thing, and he's going to sit out the whole season. And everybody says, well, what makes you think he's going to sit out the whole season when he's going to lose out on almost $30 million? He already came out and said that if he doesn't understand what this vaccine does to his body, he is not putting it in his body. He's got to worry about his family, taking care of his family, taking care of his mother, his father, his sister, everybody that's involved in his present life. And he has kids and a wife. When you look at the big picture, he is trying to be a dad. He's trying to be a man, and he's not speaking for anybody else but himself. And he said something really interesting at the end of his interview. And I'm going to tell you why this part of the interview shows you he's not greedy.
Now is not the time to be divided and use me as an example that I don't want to be used as. So I'm thinking clearly. I'm thinking logically. I'm not thinking with emotions. I'm going to keep saying that because you gotta make these convictions yourself. Like, I got to make these myself. Because it's going to continue to revolve around this and that. And, you're going to lose out on money and you're going to lose out on this. Like, so what? It's not about the money, baby. It's not always about the money. It's about choosing what's best for you. You think I really want to lose money? You think I really want to give up on my dream to go after a championship? You think I really just want to give up my job? You think I really just want to sit at home and not go after the things with my teammates that I've been able to grow with, to learn that it takes sacrifice in this space? Because we could be easily at home chilling with our families, but we're choosing to go out there and perform. And even in that job, like that's a dream come true. I've been working on that since I was in 4th grade. You think I want to give up my livelihood because of a mandate, because I don't have accommodations, because I'm unvaccinated? Come on. I'm not going to be used as a person in this agenda.
If you listen to what he had to say right there, when you listen to NBA players, they never bring up money because it's all about the money. But what Kyrie Irving said in this part of the interview is, it's not about the money. I don't care about the money. I care about being forced to do something that I was told I wasn't going to be forced to do before the season started. Now, all of a sudden, it's getting mandated, and now you're forcing me and my livelihood that if I don't do it, you're not going to play, you're not going to get paid. And he gave up an extension that the Nets were offering him, a 4-year, $188 million, which would have made him the highest paid point guard in NBA history in a 4-year contract. He gave it up, and now the Nets are not offering. It's off the table. So what does that tell you about Kyrie Irving? It isn't about the money. It isn't greed. We hear about it all the time with football players, baseball players, hockey players. It's all about how much money am I going to make? How much money are you going to put in my pocket? How much money are you going to give me because the other guy is getting paid more and I'm a better player? Kyrie Irving came out and said, this isn't about the money. This is about what's going on in the world. This is about me as a person, as a man that is going to sacrifice money to make a point. He doesn't want to give up on a championship. He has a chance to win a championship with the Nets. He said what he said because he believes in what he believes in. And that you have to respect, not only as a man, as an athlete. And he says it in the interview too. I've been playing ball since I was 4 years old. And my dream was to play in the NBA. And I got here. And now I want to play at a higher level and win more championships and do it for my fans, do it for my friends, do it for my family. And when somebody is mandating it and taking it away from me because I am forced to do something that I shouldn't have to do to my own body, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm surprised how genuine it was, too. Kyrie Irving's always been outspoken. He's always been crazy in some ways with every team he goes to. Obviously was one of the more popular players when he was playing with LeBron in Cleveland, and his thing was going to be something that was going to be tuned into once people realized, all right, there's an Instagram Live for Kyrie Irving. What is he going to do? Like, who is he? And it seemed very genuine. It seemed very calm, seemed very from the heart. It didn't really seem like something that you would hear out of an NBA superstar that usually has these crazy things to say, especially Kyrie Kyrie Irving. So I was definitely impressed with the fact that it seemed like so from the heart and seemed like it was something that he was forced to say. It sounded real.
It was very heartfelt. And for what he is and what he has been over the last couple of years and how players portrayed him to be, I listened to Jeff the other night on the Sports Loudmouths, and he doesn't like him because he's a Celtic fan. Kyrie Irving did a lot of things to the Celtic fans. He said a lot of things to the Celtic fans. And even the Celtic fan that threw something at him, who obviously went to court in the middle of the season because he disrespected Kyrie Irving. The kid didn't go to jail. He didn't get fined because they obviously dropped the charges. Why did they drop the charges? Because Kyrie Irving didn't want the money. He just wanted to make a statement and wanted this kid to understand and learn not to do stuff like that to a professional athlete that's playing in front of the fans and entertaining the fans. So for all the fans, including me, a person that has always disrespected Kyrie Irving, and I loved him, tri-state player, he's from New Jersey, he grew up over here, private school, he played for Duke, my favorite college basketball team. I've been following him since he came to the NBA. I love Kyrie Irving. Over the years, I just made fun of him because he said some stupid things. But even the stupid things that he says, which he came back and said, I have said stupid things. I have made mistakes. I've learned from him. But you know what? When you learn from him, you don't do it again. And as a grown-up with my kids and my family, I have to be a person that represents my family. You have to give this guy a lot of credit. He didn't have to do this. He didn't have to go and talk to the public, but he did it. And I respect Kyrie Irving for what he has said. He already said he's not retiring. I don't know if the Nets are going to trade him. Quite possibly could happen. But if they do, Kyrie Irving's going to stand tall, and it only makes me even more of a fan of Kyrie Irving because he's not giving in to what he doesn't believe. Vaccinated or not vaccinated, and he never took shots at anybody, any particular person because they are vaccinated or not. That shows you who he is as a man. He's for the people, and he speaks for the people, and I give him a lot of credit.
You mentioned Karl-Anthony Towns, who was vaccinated and lost all those family members to COVID, too. He even came out in support of Kyrie Irving. So it shows that Kyrie Irving is not being his, I guess, usual selfish self, crazy self. And
how do we know it was selfish? Maybe he was just being a person that has a word to speak and has a platform to speak.
That's what I'm saying. Like, usually he just does
It's not
things.
selfish. He's speaking for himself.
No. I know that. I'm saying he's had his own philosophies on different things in the past.
Philosophies are the nice way to express it.
I know. So you would have thought it was something with him. But when Karl-Anthony Towns, who lost 8 family members, like you said, comes out and say it, that shows how genuine it really is.